What's up, y'all? My name is Ross Swinson. Today, we're going to be learning the intro to the iconic Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson. This is a pretty hard intro, so it's going to take a little while. It's going to be a little bit of a long video. Before we jump in, if you could just do us a favor, give us a like, a comment, a subscribe, or check us out on YouTube memberships or Patreon if you really like what we do. The support means a lot to us. All right, without further ado, let's jump into the intro. All right, here's the first lick. That's the first lick here. You start with an open E string, and it's already pretty iconic, so you kind of, even if you just do this, I feel like a lot of people will know what you're playing. One little thing to note here, Eric Johnson has tone where he turns the treble like way down in his tone. So if you want to get that sort of violin type effect that he has, I suggest turning your treble pretty low and then turning the reverb up. So keeping it on the bridge pickup here. Start on the, we're in E minor / G major. So we're going to do a bend on the 15th fret high E string. And then we're going to, he actually kind of bends almost 1.5. He starts with a 1 and then he kind of pushes it a little further than that. And then we're going to go. So that's going to be like 15, 12, and then 14, and then 15B, and then 12E, 12B, and then bend 15B. All right, so that lick. That's the intro lick there, and now it starts doing, he starts doing a lot of fast pentatonic stuff. Now before we get started on this, there are a lot of parts in this where he picks every single note. But the way he's doing it is using economy picking, and he's got sort of a downward pick slant to his pick. So that means when he's doing a downstroke, it's going in between the strings, and then when he does an upstroke, it's kind of escaping the strings. You know, something that taught me a lot about that type of technique is Troy Grady's channel. Go check out Troy Grady. He is like super meticulous. He's got these devices where he can film you know, people's right hands and analyze them. And he's got this whole series called Cracking the Code where he talks about exactly that, right hand technique, or picking hand technique, I should say. So if you want to start picking like Eric Johnson, you kind of have to just get used to this type of thing where you're going down into the strings, up, away from the strings. Now, an exercise you can do with this, he does a lot of 5-note type of runs, you know, so he'll go like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually think that the way that you can do this is not starting here, but starting here. Because what he's doing is he's going down, down, up, up. So you can do that as a little exercise. And then that starts to make sense, because then he goes. And that's like sort of the beginning of understanding his picking technique, is doing that sort of thing. Anyways, so here he's doing a lick. Let's move on to the second lick. This is how I do it. He might do it slightly differently. I think it's pretty close. So I'm going down the pentatonic scale from 12E, and then bending the 14th fret, and then going back up. And then I'm starting with an upstroke here. So up, down, down, up, down. And then getting this one up here. So I'm going 15, 14, 12, and then 15B. And then doing a downstroke on 14E, 12E, and then 15, 12 on B. So So one thing with Eric's technique with his right hand is that he's always starting on a downstroke, on a new string. Or maybe I should say, he's always leaving a string on an upstroke. So that way he doesn't have to do any string skipping. It's already built in to his picking technique. Again, go watch Troy Grady's channel. He has a whole thing breaking all this stuff down. So that's why sometimes he'll add extra notes in here. He does a lot of pentatonic stuff, but if I do just like 1, 2, 3, then I am ending on a downstroke, and now I have to sort of string hop over the E string to get to my next one. So if you add an extra note, it gives you 4 notes on that string. So we got and now here is something I've seen a lot of different ways. I've seen some people go, I did the Troy Grady way, which is doing 4 notes on 1 string there again. Because that stays consistent with the technique of finishing every string on an upstroke. But if you're doing hammer-ons and pull-offs here, that's also fine. It's going to sound really good that way as well. And if you're doing that, it might be easier to do that instead of... so everything so far. And now from here, this is where some people do bends. You know, I wasn't able to work the bends into this, to be honest. So I was just doing, and that's going to be 14 G and then 15 12 on B. And then if you want to work those bends into that, go right ahead. You know, it just wasn't something I could do, because I think what they're saying is like, that's great, you know. I really, when I dove into this song, I wanted to just get the right hand technique down a lot. So with that bend part, it just wasn't really my primary focus. I just wanted to get his economy picking stuff down. But that does it for, I guess, lick number 2 there. So let's move on to lick number 3. Again, we're gonna have lots of economy picking in this. So he's picking every single one of those notes, and he kind of slides down into it. If you're familiar with your pentatonic patterns, this is pattern 1, now I'm in pattern 3. Again, look at this. Making it so there's 4 notes on that string instead of, and that goes along with his right hand picking technique. So if you have an even number of notes on a string, then you know that you'll be able to end on your upstroke. Okay, anyway, so we get 7 and then on to the B string, 5, 8, and then 5, 7, 6, 5. So, and then we're gonna go 8, 5, 7 G, and then 5, 7. So again, you can do that with hammer-ons. Part of Eric Johnson's sound to me, though, is that pick attack. So if you want to really not just learn the song, but learn this technique, I suggest taking it really slowly, going, you know, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. So whenever I'm switching this way, I do a little sweep, a little economy, you know, down, down, up, down, down, up. But if I'm going down the strings, like from high E to low E, I have to make sure I'm switching on an upstroke. That does it for lick number 3. So here's lick number 4. We got now this is one of the more iconic ones to me, I think. Super fun lick, and it gets you all the way down back to where we started. So now we're in pattern 2, and we're gonna do 4 G. So now it's actually that 5-note pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you practice this already, if you practice that through all 5 of your pentatonic patterns, you'll already be familiar with this. So we got 4, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5. And I'm going down, down, up, down, up, down. And then from here, I'm going 4, 2, 5, 2, 5. Another 5-note pattern. So, but remember, if you start from the note before the 5 notes, so not just the descending, but starting from here, to me that makes more sense. I would practice that as a little burst. And then practice this as a burst. And for those that aren't really used to sweeping or economy picking like that, what you can do is a rest stroke. So you pick through the string and you rest it on the string you're about to pick with the same direction. So down on the D string, and now I'm resting on the G string. You can do that. It gives you a little more control than just sort of hovering, you know. So we got, now from here it's just 4 notes. 5, 2, 5, 2. So again though, I would practice it. And this is actually a part I had to do a lot because it's just a little bit more of a stretch. My pinky's not the strongest, so doing that over and over is really good as well. And now we're gonna go into the open position. Just like, you know, doing your rumble. Like, and now this is a 6-note pattern. So we got 2, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0. That's another pattern you could practice this way, and that would actually just get your alternate picking. That's not really gonna be any economy picking if you do 6 notes. So like, so if you do 6 notes like that, and then you do your like your 5-note patterns, then if you do that to a metronome, 16th notes, then you'll be golden as far as like learning this technique. Oh, and I almost forgot. He kind of does this little bend on the 8th fret after that, so you've got, and that's kind of that whole lick there. So that would be lick number 4. Let's move on to lick number 5, or really, I'm just gonna call this part 5 because you have this really cool, like, disjointed arpeggio type of thing happening here. I'm gonna split that into 2 groups. So we've got, that's gonna be 3A, 7D, 5B. And you do the same thing 2 frets higher. So 3, 7, 5, 5, 9, 7. And again, that's a string, D string, B string. Now when you get to here, so that's gonna be 8, 10, 7, 10, 10, 8, 7. And then you get up to here. Still the same shape, but now we're on 10. So it's gonna be 10, 14, 12. And now, when we get to here, it might be some more shapes that you recognize a little bit more from like your A shape chords. This is just kind of an A minor shape. So it's gonna be 10, 14, 12, 12, 14, 13. And then we're doing, this one's not the A minor shape or A shape. We got 14, 17, 15. But then this one is like, it's like this one. So that's like C and D. So you got 15, 17, 17, 17, 19, 19, then you end on 15E. So that whole section. Now, with this part, with my right hand, I'm doing hybrid picking now. So I'm doing pick, pick, middle. Pick, pick, middle. And then pick, pick, middle, 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 ring. I like doing ring there. You can just do a pick if you want. But again, it just depends on what's your goal. Are you trying to learn this song and you're just trying to sort of be able to play Cliffs of Dover a little bit and make it sound cool? That's fine, do it however you want. If you're trying to learn how to play like Eric Johnson, I suggest getting a little comfortable with the hybrid pick thing. Just because that's in a lot of his songs, and that really captures a little bit more of what he's doing here. Especially with the next part. So that would be part 5, I think, on to part 6. So now, this is a really cool sounding part, but it's not that complicated. You're just using this 15 on E as a pedal tone, which means you're coming back to it in between each note. And I'm going on 19, 19B, 19G, 19D, and then I'm going down to 17 and going back up. 17D, 17G, 17B, so 19, 19, 19, 17, 17, 17. And you do that on 3 strings. And then after you do it twice, you do it just on B and G. So that's really it for that. You got and now you get back into some crazy hybrid picking stuff, or economy picking. I always get my terms confused. That would be lick 6, I think. So lick 7. I'm just going to group all of this into the final lick. However, I'm probably going to do 2 different parts of it because it's pretty long. All right, so this is a really cool lick here. That little thing could just be an exercise in and of itself. So 19B, 17, 15, E. And then back to 19B. So, ba, 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 ba. And then we're gonna go, and I really do encourage you, stop and just do that. I'm going down, down, up, down, down, up. Just stop and do little parts like that until you can get a little bit more comfortable. So, and then we're gonna go 15, 19, 17, 15. You can even make that into a lick. The only time I'm doing a sweep there is on the first 2 notes. Down, down, up, down, down. Oh wait, no, sorry. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So I am doing it twice. Sorry, I kind of forgot there. And then we're back to our 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But starting here again, remember? Whoops. And then he's going, so that's going to be 19, 17, 15, 19, 15, 17G. And now we're going to go, which is 17, 15, 17, 14, 17. So we get, that's the 5s. So, and then, that's how I would practice those. Just practice those 2 little bursts. Oops. And then here, we've got an interesting one. It's a 6, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 5 actually, descending. But I have to like roll over a string. So that like, I kind of have to just roll over the D string a little bit. I'm going 16, 14, 17, 14, 17. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. But when I'm going from here back to here, I kind of just have to like punch through the D string a little bit. I would say just like all these other licks, just practice them over and over like that. You can't really, once you get to a certain speed, you can't really hear that a whole lot. But I think he does it 4 times, let's see. No, 3 times. And then 15 on E, and then, that's why I had to redo this take a couple of times when I was recording this, because do a fine take and then I'll go, you gotta get that harmonic, the pinch harmonic. So again, last one. And then I like to hit a G chord afterwards because it sounds kind of cool. And that is it. That does it for the intro. All right, y'all, that was the intro to Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson. If you like this, again, please give us a like, comment, subscribe, share. Check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon, and we'll see you in the next video.